just watching it live, it looked like two guys hand fighting. I thought it was well executed. I was surprised there was a call there either way. So very obviously disappointed in the call, particularly at that point in the game. I thought they let both teams play tonight, and you just don't usually see that, particularly at a critical point in the game.
It's one-on-one. And Michael Gallup's a guy that I trust every time, especially in a deep ball situation. And so I just put it out there, try to let him go run under it. From my point of view, obviously you can't see anything. So you can't see necessarily a push off, or I didn't see anything on that play. But some of you have to go back and look at it on tape.
It was clear as day. If they wouldn't have called that, then I would have been highly upset. So yeah, that was clear as day, in my opinion. I don't know what y'all saw, but that's what I saw and felt out there.
He was selling it so well until the end when he smiled. I mean, look, this is football. When something goes your way, you characterize it a certain way. When it goes against you, you're unhappy about it. That's all the broader dance of trying to posture in position for calls, Chris. But that offensive pass interference call on Michael Gallup, I tweeted last night, if Gallup's wearing number 88 for the Cowboys, that ball doesn't get called. I understand. I saw a little bit of that, right? There was a little arm stuff, but not enough for a flag, was there?
For me, there was, Mike. I think he's laughing there because he's like, he wants to be like, he doesn't know how to react because he wants to be like, are you crazy? Listen, if they're not going to call that on wide receivers, then forget defense. I don't know. Again, they're running at full speed. When you can put your arm back, bar somebody, and then catapult yourself forward as the other person gets pushed back, then damn, let's just take the defenses off the field because the rules are.
But it's not like Ramsey was just standing there being manhandled by Michael Gallup. They were both jostling. Haven't we had that conversation so many times about why replay review wasn't appropriate for pass interference? Because there's so much of that stuff that goes on, and we're going to pick it through frame by frame to see what is and what isn't pass interference.
Yep.
I think one of the realities of not having replay review as the backup is they throw the flag last night. If there was replay review, maybe they wouldn't have thrown the flag and it wouldn't have been overturned. And the Cowboys would have been in business to tie the game.
I don't think so. I don't. I from the get-go, as soon as I saw it, I went, damn, he pushed off. Again, yes, was there hand fighting going on? Certainly. But he made the last big aggressive move. No contact was made like that. And when you're running at that speed, it doesn't take much. I mean, it doesn't. Again, if the roles were reversed and the defender did that to the wide receiver, it'd be called every time. I mean, and then some, even if it was less egregious. So I don't have a problem with that. I don't. I really don't. It's unfortunate, and I understand that it can go either way in that moment. But I did think that was pass interference. Now, there was another call.
Here's Tony Corrente.
Go ahead.
Corrente, the referee for the game last night, said afterward, I can tell you it was clear and obvious on the field of a hand into the opposing player, a full arm extension that created separation. In all situations, that would be called. I think he's overestimating the quality of the officials to say in all situations that would be called. Because one of the reasons why there's a strong argument to be made not to call it is we've seen that play before and it doesn't get called.
Well,
that's the problem.
I know. You're right. Yes, pass interference is not perfect. We got to deal with it. There's human error involved and all that. But that is one there where I think we're all underestimating the effect of, whoa, here's two guys running 4-3, and one guy gets to push off and go to 4-2 and knock the other guy back to running 4-5. And that's there's no way. So I had no problem with the call.
One last question.
Yes, go ahead.
Before you pivot, because I know you want to pivot, but I want to ask you one more question. Yeah. Mike McCarthy's comment on the call came from the notion that that's the moment in the game where you swallow the whistle and you cram the flag deeper into the pocket. I've never been a fan of that. I think the rules should be the same all game long, but we see the human dynamics where there's a reluctance to throw that flag in that moment. Are you okay with the flag coming out in that moment, or is that the let them play phase of the game?
No, I am okay with that. To me, that crossed the egregious line there. It does. To me, I go, no, that you're letting too much go there. If it had stayed or it was hand fighting, and then Gallup just caught the football, I would have gone, that's fine. They were both kind of doing it. But it was hand fighting, hard pushing the shoulder, catapult myself, catch the ball. That to me is too much.
Do your hand fighting.
Hand fighting.
Dude, no. It's that's like a hand fight between a couple of T-Rexes. All right. What was the other call that bothered you?
Well, kick a field goal. I mean, what? It's 20-17. It's 4th and 3. Your offense hasn't been the greatest show on turf. Your defense, yes, has been getting moved on, but the Rams aren't scoring like touchdowns. They're not blowing you out of the SoFi Stadium. Just kick the field goal. Make it 20-20. If you think your team's a better team on the field, just believe that the longer the game's played, the better team will reveal itself. But they took themselves out of that right there and then had to play from behind and really couldn't stay with the style of football they wanted to play because now we're late in the fourth quarter and we're down by 3 and we maybe can't be as patient with the run game and things like that. So I did not like that call.
Yeah, when it was 20-14, they kicked the field goal to make it 20-17 on 4th down, and then when it was 20-17, they eschew the field goal, and it was a mistake. And it was great defensive play. Chris Collinsworth pointed it out last night for the safety to get around everyone and keep CeeDee Lamb from getting to the stick.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.